Hello and welcome back to our channel. My name is Shudipto. Today we are talking about all the teams participating in World Cup. In the first chapter of this series, we have already talked about Team India and we have captured the in-depth analysis for Team India. I will be pinning the link for that particular video in the description below. You guys can check that out. Today we are going to talk about all other teams, their realistic chances and how they can fare in this particular World Cup. A request friends, a lot of time and effort has been put in to stitch this video together. Please stay with us till the end. We will be going as per the sequence of ICC ODI ranking. So we start off with Team Pakistan. They won the World Cup in 1992. They were the number one team in the world, but recently India has overpowered and reclaimed the number one spot. Pakistan team's main strength lies in their fast bowling department, but they lack quality spinners. Overall, they are a well-balanced side and they can reach the semi-finals. Players to watch out for Pakistan are Captain Babar Azam, bowling spearhead Shaheen Shah Afridi, and destructive wicketkeeper batsman Rizwan. Pakistan's fortune will be heavily dependent on these three, with a special mention of fast bowler Haris Rauf and top order batsman Fakhar Zaman. It would be interesting to see if they can play as a unit and reach the semi-final stage. Next, we move on to five-time world champion Australia. This team is filled with all-rounders, but they lack genuine quality spinners. Though they have not been in their best of the form, but Australia will always be a team to reckon with. Given their rich history in ICC tournaments, they can well qualify for the semi-final. Players to watch out for Team Australia are Glenn Maxwell, David Warner and Steve Smith. Maxwell is an explosive batsman in the middle order and his bowling will also come handy in Indian conditions. David Warner is in very good form. He has got a lot of experience in Indian conditions and he is consistent as well. Steve Smith has made a return to international cricket post-injury. Over the last decade, he has been one of the best batsmen in the world. With a well-balanced and experienced side, Aussies will fancy themselves to go all the way. Next, we move on to South Africa. They are probably the most unfortunate team in the history of World Cup. They managed to kick themselves out of the major ICC tournament under bizarre circumstances. They are the dark horses and definitely a side to be reckoned with. They have a lot of firepower and depth in their batting lineup, but it would be interesting to see how they handle the spinners in the Indian subcontinent. Players to watch out for South Africa are Quinton de Kock, Klaasen and Rabada. The wicketkeeper batsman Quinton de Kock has a lot of experience playing in Indian conditions and he will be opening the innings as well. He will be setting the platform for the rest of the South African batters. Henrik Klaasen might well be the X-factor for Team South Africa. He is an explosive batsman and of late he is in tremendous form. Recently he has been striking the ball with a strike rate of more than 150. Kagiso Rabada is the bowling spearhead for South Africa and he will be well supported by Ngiri and Keshav Maharaj. Team South Africa has got a lot of quality and firepower. Let's see if they can reach the semi-final. Now we move on to Team England. They are by far the most explosive team in this particular World Cup. They have lost the first match, but that does not change a thing. They are still one of the favorites. They have a lot of depth and firepower in their batting lineup, but they might struggle against quality spinners in turning tracks. Josh Buttler is by far the most dangerous batsman in this English side. He can be explosive and score huge runs both at the top of the order as well as in the middle order. Ben Stokes is a quality all-rounder. He can make an impact both with his batting as well as bowling. He can single-handedly win matches for England. The other exciting all-rounder is young Sam Curran. He has done well in the last couple of years in both IPL as well as for the English side. New Zealand has not won a World Cup, but they came very close in the 2019 edition where they eventually lost to England in the final. They have a very balanced side and in the last few editions they have done extremely well in ICC tournaments. They are the dark horses and can go all the way. Players to watch out for Team New Zealand are Kane Williamson, Trent Boult and Daryl Mitchell, with a special mention for Devon Conroy and Rachin Ravindra. Kane Williamson has been one of the most consistent performers for Team New Zealand. He has a lot of class and he will be spearheading the New Zealand batting lineup in this World Cup campaign. Trent Boult is the premier fast bowler for New Zealand and he will be leading the pace attack for the team. The mighty effective Daryl Mitchell adds a different dimension to this already well-balanced New Zealand side. Can New Zealand repeat the feat of 2019 World Cup and reach the finals again? We will need to wait and watch. Next, we move on to our neighbor Sri Lanka. They have a lot of variety spinners in their team, but they lack experience in playing big ICC tournaments. They are always a terrific fielding unit. Along with that, they have a decent batting lineup as well. Overall, they might pull a few upsets, but it's less likely they will qualify for the semi-final.
Players to watch out for Sri Lanka are Dasun Shanaka, Mathisha Pathirana and Dunit Velalage, with special mention for Mahesh Thiksana and Kusal Perera. Mathisha Pathirana came to limelight under the leadership of MSD for Chennai Super Kings. Since then, he has not looked back. Both for CSK and for Sri Lankan team, he has bowled exceptionally well. In the recently concluded Asia Cup, Dunit Velalage bowled extremely well against India. He is one of the key factors in this Sri Lankan bowling lineup. A lot will depend upon how Captain Dasun Shanaka holds his team together and marshal his resources. Now we move on to Bangladesh. Bangladesh is led by the very experienced Shakib Al Hasan. He is one of the best all-rounders of the world. Apart from that, Bangladesh has few decent batsmen, but they lack the firepower and the depth in the lower middle order batting. They are a very competitive side and might win few close matches, but it's expected they will be finishing in the bottom half of the table. Players to watch out for Team Bangladesh are Captain Shakib Al Hasan, Liton Das and Mushfiqur Rahim. Shakib Al Hasan adds a lot of balance and solidity to this particular Bangladesh team. He can make an impact both with his bowling as well as batting. Explosive top order batsman Liton Das is another X factor for Team Bangladesh. A lot will depend on how he bats at the top of the innings. Lastly, we talk about the very experienced Mushfiqur Rahim. The wicketkeeper batsman has not been in the greatest of forms of late, but his experience will add a lot of value to Team Bangladesh. Let's see how Shakib captains the team and how far they can progress in the tournament. But it's expected they will not be a part of the top 4 of the World Cup.
Next, we move on to the other team from the subcontinent, Afghanistan. They have a lot of variety spinners in their team, but the young team lacks experience in playing big tournaments. They could well pull up some surprise victories in this World Cup, but they are not going to progress past the group stage. Players to watch out for Afghanistan are Rashid Khan, Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Muhammad Nabi. We all know Rashid Khan is one of the best T20 bowlers of the world. It would be interesting to see if he can translate that form to the ODI format as well. The other important player is Rahmanullah Gurbaz. The wicketkeeper batsman is explosive. Of late, he has been extremely good form, and a lot will depend on how he bats at the top of the order. Lastly, let's talk about Muhammad Nabi. He is extremely experienced and a quality all-rounder. Afghanistan has got a lot of quality spinners in their side, and they can upset a lot of heavyweight teams in this particular World Cup. Lastly, today we will be talking about Team Netherlands. Though they have a ICC ranking of 14, but they managed to beat good sides and qualify for the World Cup. They have few decent all-rounders in their team, but they will be struggling in Indian conditions playing against spinners. In all likelihood, they are going to finish at the bottom of the table in the group stage. Friends, this brings us to the end of the video, but we will continue our journey with Team India all throughout the World Cup. We are expecting a great performance from the team. Chak the India. Thank you for watching the video till the end. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Press the bell icon for future notification. We'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.